Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Me, 9118 here. Today we're not going to be talking about Celtic. We're going to be talking about the Scottish national team and really just the shit show that it is. And everything around the SFA, everything around the team themselves and the manager, everything. We're just going to try and cover as much as possible after the catastrophe that was last night. Shambolic, laughable, and really humiliating for not just our national team, but just for the whole country, really. I mean, I know we're away from home, but we'll get into talking about the technicalities and such as the video goes on. In case you're completely lost and you don't know what I'm talking about, last night Celtic, I'm too used to talking about Celtic videos will be back, don't worry. Last night Scotland went away from home, travelled to Israel to take on Israel, believe it or not, in this new UEFA Nations League. Well, we're taking on a team who's ranked about 40 places lower than us on the standings. Might not be quite 40. It's a bit of an exaggeration maybe, but they're ranked lower than us. A nation that Scotland should be capable of beating. In this competition where we are playing teams, we should be capable of beating. And we went over to Israel last night and fucked it. We were dominated, we were humiliated, we were embarrassed at the hands of Israel. No disrespect to Israel whatsoever. Fair enough. They beat us. They were the better team. The better team won. Got to take your hats off to that. We lost fair and square. It's not like we were cheated out a game or anything. We, at the end of the day, were absolutely shite. I'm trying to say this without holding back a smile. Because it's just so typical, so annoying, and so shite that we are so shite. Last night is a game we should be more than capable of winning. More than capable. No matter if we're at home or not. No matter if we're playing in Hampden or in Israel. We should be able to beat them. We should be, and we should be expected to. And it really raises a lot of questions surrounding the stature, the management, and everything else about the Scottish national team. I was baffled in the first place that Alec McLeish was even given the Scotland job. I was shocked. I was disappointed. I thought the appointment lacked ambition. It just lacked quality. I thought Alec McLeish was way past it. And I think last night really helped us prove it. When you go into a game against Israel, right, fair enough, you might lose. But you're hoping that your country, who has a better team with better players, puts out a bit of a showing. You know, makes chances, plays some decent football, not sitting the back foot being dominated by a country who are worse than us at football. And it's hard to find a country that is worse than us at football, but statistically they are. And they dominated us. We had 2 shots if we were lucky last night. We had 1 decent chance, maybe. Nothing was decent. It's hard to really pick out a moment from the game where it was decent. And really it all comes down to, I think at the end of the day, the manager, Alec McLeish. Now, I think it's easy to sit and put all the blame on one man. We should be blaming the players in the park. At the end of the day, they weren't good enough. But we are looking at a Scotland side which, in my opinion, before last night, was the best the Scotland side has been in a long, long time. It's still not sparkling. You know, it's decent. But compared to what teams we have seen selected over the past few years, I thought this was us, you know, in a bit of a rise. You know, we had good players, good young players coming through into our team. The likes of John McGinn, Andy Robertson, Kieran Tierney. We've still got solid players who are experienced in there. Naismith, who's on form. Alan McGregor, who, God bless him. Actually, no, that's the wrong thing to say. As much as I hate saying it, it's something I never thought I'd say on the channel. He was the only good player in the park last night, Alan McGregor. Saved us for getting battered, probably. We've still got good experienced players such as him and Naismith. And we've got other players, Kearney, who plays in the Premier League. We've got players everywhere on the field, apart from maybe our centre halves, where we should be making an impact. We've got likes of Forrest, who just scored 4 at the weekend, yet doesn't get a start. What do you have to do? Ryan Fraser, Bournemouth player, having a great season. You know, we've got a team of fantastic young and experienced players as well, and yet we can't do anything. And it surely comes down to the historic dinosaur and Alec McLeish and his tactics and everything. Nothing seems to be right. I feel like he had such a hard job to take over as Scotland manager and win fans over. A lot of fans were in the same boat as me and saying Alec McLeish is not the right man for the Scotland job. We shouldn't be giving it to Alec McLeish. He's past it. He's had his chance. He done well 10 years ago. But times have changed. A lot of people are thinking the same as me. And then he kind of started to win fans over slightly, slowly. Winning some over. Then we got the win against Albania. There we go. Maybe this is it for Alec McLeish. And then he brings it right back down. Brings everything back down to earth, and I think a lot of people now in the boat. And is it too early to sack a manager? I'm always under, when it comes to club football anyway, I hate seeing managers getting sacked so soon. I feel like they always deserve a chance. But this is a man who I don't think should have been given the chance in the first place. We should be going for something else, something different. I don't know why we sacked Strachan in the first place if this was our best option. We tried for Michael O'Neill, didn't work. We had so many other options, apparently, and yet we get Alec McLeish. If the SFA knew that was going to be the best option, why did we get rid of Strachan? Why did we do it? Maybe his team selections at points were questionable, were bad, but at least we got some better football in the park. I would strongly argue that we got better football on the park and within the 90 minutes with Gordon Strachan than what we get with Alec McLeish. So defensive and we don't want to go forward. Last night we showed no intent, we showed nothing. It was like watching Celtic before the St Johnstone game, you know, we're just not creating anything. And we sit there and we just asked for mistakes and then didn't help Tierney scoring an own goal. There's so many problems in it. There's a lot of players who come from playing well for club football and then when it gets to the national stage it looks as though they don't give a shit. It looks as though they don't want to be there and they don't know what they're doing. And I feel like that is the case with a few players. Obviously Griffiths dropped out the squad. He would have been helpful last night, but one man up front has never fucking worked for Scotland. I don't know why we insist on doing it. We insist on playing one man up front. If we're going to play one man up front, we need better attacking support. And we're not fucking getting it. It just doesn't work for Scotland. And now there's so many questions. We've got so much to actually recover now. It's embarrassing, it's humiliating. We shouldn't be losing to a team like Israel. We shouldn't. Home or away. And I know Scotland always struggle going away from home. Once again, going to use a comparison to Celtic. It's like Celtic going away from home in Europe. We just can't do it. We just, somehow, our arses collapse. We forget how to play football. Happens with Scotland when they go abroad. We can beat anybody at Hampden on any given night if there's a fucking crowd there and we've got atmosphere. But the minute we step outside the borders, that's us. We're fucked. We don't know what we're doing. I just don't know where it all comes in. It's just humiliating what happened to Scotland last night. And is Alec McLeish the right man to take Scotland forward? I don't believe so. He's not going to get the sack. In reality, it's not going to happen. He's not going to step down or be fired or anything like that anytime soon. He's still going to get a run with the team probably up until the Euros, if we get to the Euros. If we can't beat Israel, let's deal with that reality right now. We will not see a major tournament before 2022. And we'll be lucky to make it in 2022 unless we improve our defence, players start playing, we get a decent manager in. It's just, let's deal with that reality right now. We're not going to get to the Euros. We're not going to do it. Unless by some miracle we turn things around and players start playing well. Last night, not even just a loss, just everything about that whole 90 minutes of football was incredibly frustrating, demoralising and shite. And it really, it answers all the questions. Why does no one want to go to Hampden to watch Scotland? Why does no one want to watch Scotland on the telly? Why do Scottish people not want to support their home nation? Because this is the shite we have to deal with constantly. Hopelessness after hopelessness in every manager that comes in. I thought with Strachan there was a teeny bit of hope. Then we got rid of him. Everything else, it's just a spiral that never stops going down for Scotland, and it's so difficult to sit by and watch and try and support it. So many problems wrong with the hierarchy of the SFA, with the tactics on the park. From top to bottom, there needs to be a complete restructure, and it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We have to turn things around. Maybe it's an overreaction from not just myself, but from all Scotland fans. But we shouldn't be losing that game last night. It's unbelievable. We have got quality players. Our captain was a Champions League finalist last season and arguably one of the best defenders in the Premier League. We have fantastic players who are not getting chances. We've got players dropping out the squad. It's a shambles. And there's got to be so many questions asked about how this can be fixed. Will it be fixed? I really don't think it will be. John Souttar got sent off as well. Shouldn't have been a sending off. I mean, it was a second yellow, I suppose. So a bit of a milking, I would say. But we need to take it on the chin and move on. As I said at the start of the video, hats off to Israel. We can't just take away their victory because we are so shite. They done well to go out and play for a win. But it's a game that, at the end of the day, we should be winning home or away. And we've fucked it. And we've let our country down again. Or they have let our country down again. I've not let my fucking country down. There's not much I can do about it. I can't go and step on the park for this. It's just disappointment after disappointment with Scotland. I really don't know how else to go about that. There's barely any positives to speak about, in all honesty. And when will we get over this shite? Probably never. I'll be surprised if we make a fucking major tournament in our lifetime. But Alec McLeish is not the right man for Scotland. God knows who is. Stevie Clarke, I would like to see him get a chance if he was willing to take the step to international management. Maybe we should start looking at options out with Scotland and out with Scottish managers as well. Because it's not working for us. It's not working at all. I didn't think it could get any worse after Craig Levein. And the team back then was abysmal. The team now at least on paper, looks promising with some of the players. But we just get the same shite. Let me know your opinions to last night. Let me know your opinions to my opinions. If you have enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe to Celtic videos. We'll be back soon. And I'll see you all next time.